you were going to do it.
No, go ahead.
I can't read that. I move that we approve and authorize the chair to sign the contract with Reinhardt Associates, Inc. of Agawam, Mass., as presented for the architectural design and related services for the new police station.
I'll second it.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, second one, consider for one conditional approval of the lease between the town of West Boylston and the West Boylston Municipal Light Plant.
I move that we approve the lease between the town and the West Boylston Municipal Light Plant conditionally upon receipt of the final document as approved by town council.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah.
Good.
The items that we discussed with the date changes, everything that we have proposed, they agreed to?
The director of the municipal light plant agreed to it and has contacted his attorney. His attorney is just looking at the final document, just to be sure that the way that the agreements are portrayed within the clauses are accurate.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any other
And this
discussion?
is for the lease of the landfill, correct? Just so people know what we're talking about.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, consider approving Chapter 90 projects.
I move that we approve and sign the following Chapter 90 authorizations. Fairbank Street, $74,214.41. Lancaster Meadows for $25,483.94. And Campground Road for $41,733.28.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Consider approving the hiring of Brandon O'Brien for the position of custodian of council on aging at step 1, grade 1, $11.79 per hour for up to 10 hours a week.
I move that we approve the hiring of Brendan O'Brien for the position of custodian, the Council on Aging, at step 1 of grade 1, at $11.79 per hour, or up to 10 hours per week.
Second.
Any discussion?
Where are they getting the money to pay for this?
It's built within the budget. They have no.
They have enough money?
For the council on aging, buddy. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, update on South Bay Drainage Project.
Chris and I attended a meeting at Mass DOT on Monday. Chris, do you want to let them know what happened, or should I do?
You can go, and then I can just add to it if I...
We went for the purpose of finding out or gaining clarification on several different items. One was the Causeway project that's already underway with construction. We wanted the question answered in terms of what will the sidewalk be constructed of, what material, and who would be maintaining that sidewalk. So we did receive confirmation that the sidewalk will be a full concrete sidewalk from curb to wall. So that's helpful because there's no longer will be any grass area that would be harder to maintain than it had been in the past. The second part of that, though, is who would be maintaining it in terms of seasonal clearing, winter snow removal being the concern that we have mostly. And what Jonathan Gulliver, the director of the District 3 office of Mass DOT, said that he was meeting with DCR on Thursday morning this week, and that he would ask them to be responsible for the seasonal snow removal and ice removal. They have a maintenance agreement with them for all other types of maintenance of the sidewalk area, and it seemed appropriate to have them do that as well. So that was good news to hear in terms of the causeway and the sidewalk.
And I can
The
just...
second part of what we were looking for was trying to get a sense of, is it appropriate for us to look to try to do any safety improvements on Route 140, just north of where they're proposing to do the DCR drainage project in the South Bay area, just close to the Boylston town line. And as you know, we had sent written comment to the state, to Mass Highway, Mass DOT, after their May 2nd hearing, concerned that it might make sense to delay that particular portion of work that they're doing until the town can figure out if we want to move ahead with the roadway alignment or other safety improvements for that section of roadway. So we did find out when we went to the meeting with DCR has actually asked that that section of the project be pulled from the scope of work because of our concerns. But as we were talking through the whole process with Jonathan Gulliver and his engineers, we basically came to the conclusion that if we want to move ahead with any major project for that section, it will not get into the current tip list. It will have to wait 5 years to get onto a tip list if we're successful in getting the regional planning agencies to agree it's a viable project. So they strongly suggested that we just let the project go ahead as was planned. The section that's in West Boylston would only involve a few structures that might need to be relocated later if we ever do a road realignment or a road improvement project. So they said, why don't we go ahead and get the improvements that the DCR project will affect for us. It means that there'll be better drainage, so there'll be less icing on the roadway during the winter. New pavement put down, new pavement markers, meaning a line painting, and there'll be better signage. And they also said they would work to try to get some reflectors along the guardrails to make that section be much safer in terms of driving. And then if we do want to move ahead and put a request in for the rest of the roadway improvements that we want to give consideration to, we can still continue to do that, but at least, you know, within a year or whenever that construction will be finished, we would see some immediate improvements in that section anyways. So Chris and I agreed that we would ask you to give approval to have that section of the DCR project, the West Boylston section, be put back into the scope of work. Jonathan Gulliver's waiting for an email from me tonight based on the outcome of your decision tonight.
I agree with everything that was said. The only, the other thing, they had a couple engineers from Mass DOT, and he looked at the plans, as she said, and they said, even if this project, you know, we were thinking of doing this, it's years down the road before it's funded. And it's a major project, because as you know, that curve, one side goes straight down like this, right off the edge of the road, and the other side goes straight up like this. So it would be major retaining walls and everything to expand that section of road. So their engineers looked at it, and and as town administrator said, it's not a if 5, 6 years down the road. He said, even if you were to not do anything, you're probably gonna have to pave, or someone's gonna have to repave that section anyway, because it's getting bad.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna have better signage. He said if there's an issue with signage, that the Mass DOT would help us get signage down there, better reflectors, and, you know, the best we can do right now, I think. And he's saying, take advantage of what they're doing for no cost to us. And then the other side of the road, the sidewalk area, Mass DOT said they do have agreements all over the state that they do sidewalks. But he said, we think it's best fit for the DCR, because they're out there all the time at that time of year. They're building right up the street, and if Mass DOT, it might take 24, 48 hours for them to get there after a storm, when DCR could get there quicker for us. So I think Mr. Gulliver was very, very helpful. He helped us out with all the issues we had and answered all the questions. I think it was a great meeting with them, and I think he's hopeful that the DCR will help on these two issues, so. I would agree that we move forward, we'll let them move forward.
Make a motion.
Can I?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'll
We'll
wait
make
for
a
the
motion
discussion. No, I just have a question, so when we get into
Yeah,
discussion.
why don't you make the motion?
I move the DCR, ask the DCR and Mass DOT to add the portion of drainage work that lies within the West Boylston back into the scope of work for the South Bay project.
Second.
Did they have any other suggestions in the meantime of anything that we could either do down here besides their reflectors and a couple other things?
They want, the other thing that they mentioned, that maybe if we cut back some brush, it will open up the line of sight.
Okay.
But besides that, I don't,
Really the only other, and signage, better signage at the road, and part of it would be taken care of for the DCR project, but others, Mass DOT did say they would work with us to get some better signage at the other end as well.
Did they agree that it is something that should be looked at?
They did.
Okay,
They
so
had
that's,
already done their own research in terms of accident statistics and things like that. So
Yeah.
they recognize that, it's a problem area.
okay, all right.
and then I would just add to that, they did agree that it's an area that should be looked at. But in the big picture of the whole state,
Yeah,
would this be a priority? I think the answer is probably not.
yes, that was
You
my
know,
impression.
so, I mean, But the other thing is, when they do pave the area, they're probably gonna pave back a little more than it is now. Not making it bigger, but just cleaning up the soldiers and the sides of the road. So it'll make it a little, and then if they open it up with cutting down some trees, that would be, I think, major line of sight, so.
Thank you.
One quick question. In the written stuff and tonight, you used the term TIP, is transportation something or other?
Improvement program.
Okay, and that's every 5-year thing, the state funds it, or how does that work?
It's basically the state's capital improvement plan for roadways.
Okay,
And every region, every planning region is able to put forward their own requests for roadway improvements under that TIP program in their communities. The regional planning agency reviews it, and they make recommendations to Mass DOT in terms of what should be put into the 5-year plan. And much like our own capital plan, that 5-year plan does get updated now and then. But he did say that there's a new process going on, and he absolutely said that there's no way that anything was going to be put onto the current 5-year TIP. So we would have to wait 5 years before it would even be considered.
okay, thank you.
And then the other, the $50,000, that was another program that we can apply for, right, for engineering and,
Under the Complete Streets program,
Okay.
we did review with him the possibility that if we did want to move ahead with a TIP project, that we could use, once we get our Complete Streets policy approved, that we would then be eligible to apply for the $50,000 of technical assistance, which would help do some of the engineering work that would be required.
just the other, now, in regards to talking to the chief, in regards to from 2010 to 2016, I see the chief's here, maybe if you can just follow up and get any information we have
I have that on my to-do list.
to Mass DOT, because
So to
they,
be sure they have the most current accident data.
they only have it up till 2010, so I'm sure the chief has better information on that. Positive of it.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much.
You can have that. You can-